Hey, 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 hey. Yeah. Gone. Kush B, straight up out that OC. Money tall as Shaq, so I ball like Kobe. If I'm with a hoe, she probably about to blow me. Cause I got game like a motherfucking Sony. Nigga, use a phony. I'ma catch you lonely and leave you in the past like a pair of Saucony. Riding on the beat like a motherfucking pony. I'ma hit the street, my mind playing tricks on me. Only if these niggas really knew I'm strapped like a tennis shoe.
Hey!
Really doing blades that you niggas too. Used to be dance, but that man gon' be spinning you. Right around you hit the ground, a bag, they'll be zipping you. I'ma go lava, flowing like lava. But I'm so cold, day after tomorrow. I'ma flip the script, nigga, kinda like Java. And if you talking lip, then I'ma make them holler. Watch me fucking change them from a bass to an alto. Bitch, I'm a dog, I think I need some Alpo. Dick to these hoes, so they call me Castro. And if you talking shit, then I'ma pick you like an afro. Trying to stop my cash flow, I'ma let the
I love the alliteration.
Never had a dad, so I had to let my ass show. Give them what they asked for. Grinding all day, but I ain't talking ass though. Trying to make my grass grow. Push button, auto start. Swinging out the auto mark. Badass yellow bitch. Call that hoe a Autobot. Cause I make her transform. Stripping in the parking lot. Money over bitches. Stipulations never brought about. Look at how I run this shit. Down like a punter kick. I'ma get this money. Gotta get this money quick. Every day is Christmas when your pockets fucking Santa thick. You play with my intelligence. You red just like a Santa fit. Hey man, I been a G. Ain't no sense in hating me. Cause I can put you on like some motherfucking A&D. So true like A&E. On point like A to B. And you can see that I'm the definition, nigga, A to Z. Tango Alpha double zebra known to keep the Desert Eagle microphone melting. Cause I'm hotter than a fucking fever. Fuck a skeezer, chasing money like a fucking cheater. Nigga in my way, Ollie race him with the fucking Nina. Do it for the hood, in case you were a non-believer. Blowing on some good, white people like to call it reefer. Gripping wood and sitting crooked. Niggas hate they bitches looking like another blunt of kush. Yeah, baby, now we cooking. Done with this.
Wait, that's Kush?
Hey.
Yeah, that's Kush.
Girl!
Yes. Hey, everybody.
That wordplay is sick. I'm sorry. It is.
Yeah.
My dog said he's trying to figure about pick you like an afro. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, he don't be playing. He don't be
He
playing.
don't.
Hey, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to I So Boom the podcast. As y'all already know, I'm Shan214. This is my co-host, Candy, over here. You may know her as, what you may see and all
What
kind
you
of names.
see on Instagram, Candace Sasha Mark on Facebook.
Yes.
What you see on Twitter. I think that's all the platforms I got right now. Oh, see Sasha Mark on Snapchat. Yeah.
There you go. Promote yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Hey to everybody in the chat. Appreciate you guys for coming on in. I wanted to do something slightly different. Normally y'all see me just come on here and kind of just shoot the breeze with y'all, kind of talk a little shit, or y'all might see me come up here and vent. And this show is going to be a little different today. We actually got a little topic, as y'all can see. The topic of the show was, does body count? Does it matter? Do we really give a fuck? You know what I'm saying? Do we care? So I'm going to ask y'all before we get deep into, before we even get deep into that, I want to also say, this podcast is a podcast where we talk about relationships, we talk about self-love in different aspects, we talk about just whatever the fuck we want to talk about. You know what I'm saying? We just, whatever comes to mind, you know what I'm saying? We're going to talk about it, and we're going to have, just some real cool dialect. You know what I'm saying? But if you have a topic, if you have something, fix my audio.
Oh, they can't hear. Who can't hear?
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Bruh, is it still bad? I'm trying to see if he responds. Cause I don't know. I can't tell.
I'm about to
I
say, yeah, I have
static.
air. I have air. Yeah, I'm about to say there is static feedback, but I have an AirPods as well. And
Okay, let me take mine out. Maybe that's
wait,
it.
is that what you have? You have AirPods?
Mhm.
Okay, yeah, I have on mine, and that is so I don't get a lot of like static for me because of how far I am and everything. But like the way that my wireless is set up, so it's like okay.
Can y'all hear me now? Is it better? I hope it's better. It's good now? Okay, good. Good, 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 good.
Wait,
Okay, so
how can you tell? I can't see anything. I guess.
you can't see the comments?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so do you see like banner, band?
Never mind. See it.
You
Hey.
see
Oh. Hey. Okay. I see it
it?
now.
Good.
Oh.
There we
Okay.
go.
What somebody said? Nah, body count don't matter. Run it up. Ooh wee.
They said that before I even started the
Off
live.
the out the gate.
Out the
Sheesh.
gate. Out the gate. We ain't even got into it yet.
He said run it up. Okay, you
Right?
do realize that body count do not equate to being good in the sack.
Right?
It don't. The
But
number that I mean, I know in retrospect, of course, it seems like that's what it's supposed to do. The more you have, the more experience you have, you're supposed to learn things. But you also know that feedback is a thing. So if nobody's telling you that you suck, guess what? You're not going to know that you suck.
right.
And so you
And
might be good to
before
some, and you know somebody people who just didn't tell you.
that part, before we get too deep into that, I just want to repeat, if you have a topic, anything you want us to talk about, if you have advice that you need confirmation on, or if you want us to give you advice, please hit the email that's right on the ticker. That's aiightsoboomshan@gmail.com. It's on the ticker at the bottom of the screen. And we'll do it anonymous for you. We don't have to let anybody know it's you, that needs the advice. We give anonymous advice and we'll, shoot the breeze. If you're an artist and you want to send your music for, for
All of that.
plays, if you want an interview or anything like that, make sure you hit the email at the bottom of the screen. Now, without further ado, we are going to go ahead and play one more song and we're going to go right on ahead and go into topic. Hey, Silence! Oh, that's my boo, y'all. That's my
Hi,
boo.
Silence. I
Oh,
don't know
it's
you,
Silence.
but she said that's boo. So hey, boo.
Yeah, shout out to her. That's like, like in a perfect world, that's like my babe. You know what I'm saying?
I
So I'm
get
gonna go
it.
ahead and play
I
a
feel that.
song, get us into, the mood or whatever, and then we're gonna go ahead and go into the topic, okay? So y'all just hang tight. Let's see, what should I play? What should I play? I'm going to play this.
Is this off the album that I have? I feel like I know that song.
Watch how you move in this bitch. Cause I got a tool in this bitch. You act like a fool in this bitch. I'm up in and using this bitch. Hey, run up, get done up, it's simple. He play, get heat to his temple. Yeah, I'm really clutching. Living like fuck it. Ain't no more talking. Fuck all that discussion. Say, watch how you move in this bitch. Cause I got a tool in this bitch. You act like a fool in this bitch. I'm up in and using this bitch. Hey, run up, get done up, it's simple. He play, get heat to his temple. Yeah, I'm really clutching. Living like fuck it. Ain't no more talking. Fuck all that discussion. I wanted more. I had to get up and go. Young nigga straight out the O. I hit the dough. Mama, I'm sorry, I know. Can't let them play me for hoe.
I get my thing set up.
If money talking, I'm fluent. Fuck class, I was truant. Big bag connoisseur. Red flags, lot of shooters. Pull up on you like a Uber. Job for singing hallelujah. Pockets fat, how you doing? Won't speak on no shit that I did. That shit kinda stupid. Face car good in the hood, I'm reppin'. Wish a nigga would on the hood, I'm steppin'. Big dog, great day, ain't really been pressed.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
All right, I just wanted to play a little bit of that. I didn't Everyone be like, oh, I love that
No,
one for a
I
little bit.
I was like, oh no, not a message coming through.
Right? Just a little bit. Okay, so one thing about me, guys, I kind of like a certain order or certain type of order, if you will. So I got my notes right here. So please bear with me if you see me looking down a lot, because I got my own little pre-script going on, if you will. Because I'm just trying something out, seeing how it works. Okay. So again, does body count actually matter? Right? You know, they say it's important to know the person's body count or how many people they slept with because it helps you gauge in their level of sexual experience, right? Like it's supposed to help you know if you know they're good or not or whatever. However, I don't feel like me personally, I don't feel like that's accurate, if that makes sense. Like I don't feel like just because you know somebody's body count you can gauge their experience level. You can gauge their, you know, how good they are. Because as we all know, we have some people that have had sex with a lot of people and they still suck in a sack. They're still horrible, right?
Trash, boo boo.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I just feel like yeah, I mean, it's kind of okay to know and be informed, but I kind of think that it's really not your business.
Let's start there. How it's really not any of your concern unless, and if it is a concern of you, knowing my account should matter. Knowing what my STD test results say should matter in that aspect. If that is something that you're genuinely worried about,
Right.
because it's knowing the number doesn't mean anything. Unless, you know what I'm saying, unless you're talking about, okay, then we should get tested since you want it. And which for me, okay, fine, let's do it. Because
Right.
I
Like
know what I've been up to. Because
we should
that's
get
what I'm saying.
tested
We should.
regardless.
You should.
Right?
Right. That should be a part of it when you take on new sexual partners, or when you do have one even honestly, even to these days, even in a committed relationship, you still should be, doing so. I think what the mindset is for some men, in my experience, is that they want to know it because eventually ones that are minded towards they're having, like, this is going to be the mother of my children. I don't want, a mother, saying, I don't want a mother of my kids to be somebody that was just, all up in freaknik or something like that, what I'm saying, who's just, doing whole fraternities or something like that. But it's just
Right.
like, but what were you doing? And then a double standard comes into play. But my thing is, if you feel like that's going to bother you that much, then don't talk to her, because you also have that option as well. But at the end of the day, she don't have to tell you. And if you go off of that, but her not telling you, and to think that it automatically means that, oh, it's a lie, then in that case, it ain't gonna work out no way, because you got this preconceived notion that nobody even told you about. You done drew your own conclusion, and that the
Hmm.
conclusion that you drew, you finna act on that the whole time, and that ain't even fair. If
Right.
y'all
Shout
go
out
get,
to
because
Texas 713. He says, yes, it does if I'm going to make you my girl or
you
wife.
see what I mean? Did I just say that? Did I
Yeah.
not? Did I not just
Yeah.
say that's what I'm saying? When it comes to something like that, they're concerned of it because A, they want to make sure that your homeboys ain't hit. B, they want to make sure that you ain't out here being an
Okay.
undercover
So that
porn
just leads me
star.
to my question.
And
Texas 713, is it more so the number, the actual number, or is it the fact of who they've had sex with? Like, because for
I would.
example, we live in Texas, right? Well, me in Texas 713, we're from Texas, right? And I'm sure, like in Florida, where you're from, you have some small areas,
Hmm.
right? So if you start
Yeah,
dating
I
somebody,
live in Tallahassee, where there's like 4 degrees of separation around here, and sometimes what happens with that is it becomes of, if you even talk to somebody, people will automatically assume. And then that's the bad part about it, because then it becomes that you're only asking because there might have been some talk around what your name. And for all you know, people could be lying because that happens as well. But that's a whole other
Yeah,
tangent
that's a
of it.
whole
That's
nother.
a tangent. But yes, a lot of times it is because A, who it might have been, and B, I don't want you to be having multiple ones, but it also goes back into the whole purity standard. It's like where you as a man get to sow your royal oats, as we learned in coming
Right.
to America, and
So
get to do what
for
you want to. And it's like for women, no, you don't get to do that because you're supposed to be waiting. You're not supposed to be having. And then they like to use that little key philosophy thing, which is dumb as fuck. But I'm not gonna go into that because I don't feel like going and breaking that down unless somebody asks me to. Now, if somebody asks me to about why they're stupid, that's different. But that whole philosophy on the one master key can open up many locks, and then so there's only one key to lock it. Everybody can't have no key to that lock. No, shut up, because we are not locks. It is a pussy. Stop. Oh,
no,
vagina.
you're good. You're good. It's okay. It's okay. Wait, okay. I'm gonna drop the link. Texas 713. Give me just 1 second.
So I'm not
Timothy
saying this.
says,
Wait a
"Shit,
minute.
I
This
want
is
a
what it said. What a
virgin."
virgin. Hold up.
But in reality, is everybody got a pass, and a lot of people know a lot of people. I just don't want a hoe, somebody who hella people or anybody I know have been with.
Okay, see, to know anybody being with, that's understandable. That that
That's
that part
understandable.
is that's understandable. But what makes someone a hoe? That's what I don't know. What is people's definition of what a hoe is? I said because for Florida, it might be different from what Texas standards is or what a hoe is, obviously.
Right.
Because to
So
us, what a hoe is something like we call them sliders, we call them laminas, which is animal backwards. Don't ask me why. And we say that's or eater. We say that they're the ones that you can pick up in the parking lot. You know what I'm saying? That's what
mm,
we determine as hoes. But somebody who's had like three relationships and them the only people that she slept with,
What's up,
or
ladies?
if
What's
it's
up?
if oh
hey, Texas 713,
What's
welcome,
good?
welcome.
okay, hey
How you
Appreciate you
doing?
John,
stopping
hey
in.
T real T
Yeah,
real.
that's T Real in the comments. Up here on the panel, this is Texas 713.
Okay. Texas said
Yeah,
okay, okay,
yeah.
okay.
Like I was saying, like I was saying.
Yeah, but I said train me right through. Oh my god.
As far as me, yeah, that shit matters. I ain't. I mean, I ain't gonna much lie. As far as men, we love hoes, but
Right,
we ain't trying to get out no hoe. You know what I
You
mean?
ain't
Or
trying to wife
right,
no
right,
hoes,
our
right? You know
wife
what I'm
no
saying?
hoe.
That
You know
they
what I
ain't
mean?
nobody that like you'll slide her to your partner
Yeah,
if
yeah.
she
Like
got something that's going on. But as far as like you ain't supposed to wife her, bro, like that's all
nah,
she here
yeah.
for. But if it's a dude outside of that your circle, if that's what he wanna do, it's like that ain't my business.
Yeah, yeah, and like you say, if I find out one of my partners smashed a girl I'm trying to mess with, I ain't really trying to deal with it. You know what I mean?
No,
right.
that's what I'm saying.
Even,
No,
even
I get it, trust me. I get
was
that.
before.
Salute, Miss Callie. Welcome in, baby. Welcome into I So Boom the podcast. We are talking about, does body count matter? I kind of feel like it doesn't, but I understand why it does. Texas 713 feels like it does matter. And Candy,
I think it's a stereotype as far as especially for women. Y'all really know. Y'all probably look at it like, damn, he got a bunch of bodies. What he working with? Oh, you know what I mean? So
For,
it's kind of
go
like
I feel
y'all
ahead.
want
that.
y'all want to find out what's about. But as far as niggas, we probably like, damn, she done fucked the whole clique. Uh,
Right.
Yeah, I get that.
I just
Me,
want to smash her and leave her alone. You know what I mean?
So
and you
my
should.
next
I
question
don't like popular
is,
niggas, so
what
no.
do you think? What do you think the average number of partners should be when it comes to a woman? We're not even talking about a man yet. We just talking about women right now. What do you
Average.
think the average number of bodies she should have? When you first talk to her, encounter her, how much you think she should have?
Damn. I mean, ooh, that's. I mean, because I mean, you got.
It
Go ahead.
ain't
Go
hard. It depends on what she look like, don't it?
ahead. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Sometimes. Well,
exactly.
Timothy in the comments said, "Don't do a number." Do y'all feel like that? Like the number doesn't matter?
we don't think of the number, but if you come out and say, man, well, I done fucked 40 niggas, I'm like, oh man, shit.
Right. Is it the number, or is it the
40.
type
What
of
was 40
people
niggas?
that gets to y'all, or is it both?
I mean, it could be the number, but then if you actually know, just say you know who the nigga, some of the niggas is that she smashed, and just say them some of the niggas your partners are, some of the niggas are well. I'm gonna say if it's your partners or people that you actually know, that as far as me that hesitate me to do it. But then just say if I'm a nigga like a street nigga and I'm beefing with some niggas and I'm fucking on his girl, I might I might fuck with her a little longer just because I'm smashing his gal, you know.
Oh my god.
No, I'm serious. I'm
No,
telling you the
no.
truth.
Listen. I love the realism. I love
No,
it.
Yeah,
I love it. I love the
I love it. I
honesty.
love the honesty. You need listen.
yeah.
I'm all right. I'm gonna tell you from. I was say I feel like I really feel like this. It's a disconnect in region because for Florida, because this is. Let me tell you how I go over here. Basically, when it's college age, when it is 18 to 21,
Hmm.
your number could vary depending on if you started in high school or if you started in college, depending on what college you went to and how they go, if you had a boyfriend or not. And then
Hmm.
after 21, your count before that don't matter. But after 21, that's when it does because at that point they feel like, okay, you done had your fun. You supposed to just leave that there. You
Yeah,
supposed to know who you are. You're supposed to know what you want out of life and know what you want from a guy. And you should not even be getting tricked how some of these women still out here getting tricked in their old age. That's another topic too, Shannon. So we're gonna go to
Yeah,
that.
that's the
But
whole other
but
topic.
but
but
then
and it's like yeah, and then when we discuss it, but it's like it's not a big deal here as long as like you said, as long as you ain't been dealing with my partner and
yeah,
then you ain't you know what I'm saying, you ain't in my circle like that. If I go and introduce you and then I get all these like scenarios that's coming with me because you know wild out in Cancun on a trip somewhere and my homeboys was there, I wouldn't and they finna come back and tell me some stuff. It's like
yeah.
I don't want to run into nothing like that, which is understandable because I know I
Okay,
don't want to
so
hear nothing like that.
basically, it's okay if her number is remotely high. Y'all just don't want it to run back to where it's familiar to y'all,
I
right?
mean, no,
That's
no,
how
no,
it works over. No, no, no. I'm gonna say yeah. That's how it
no,
works over
no,
here. It
because
should if it's high, it shouldn't be nobody that you know, and it should be something like it should be believable. I.e., you should be one of them quiet hoes.
yeah, yeah. If her number is high and okay, she can have a high number, but if she's known for her high number, niggas ain't trying to get out of there, man. I
Nope,
mean,
and they shouldn't.
you got some crash dummies. Look at what's the rapper just got the little porn star pregnant? She done fucked everybody. What's damn, what's his name? He's in the news because he got the little porn star pregnant.
Oh my god.
Freddie Gibbs.
Oh, I
I
read that story on
I
Twitter,
didn't
and
even
she
hear
looking for
about that.
no,
What
I did,
happened?
and that bitch was looking for sympathy on Twitter, and we was just like, nah, man, you was around here talking about how you was better than black men, and your ass is in this dumpster doo doo trash, and he
She's
ain't do you no better off of
Oh,
that, and
so
he was wrong
basically
for that,
some
and then
Danny
so
Lay
she caught,
type shit.
and she was trying to out him and stuff like that, although he was in a very compromising position in the photos. I'm not gonna
but
lie.
she's still having sex while she's pregnant.
And that is
Ew,
gross.
what?
Yes, she is on the
Yeah,
Bang Bros bus at that girl.
absolutely.
Wait, on the Bang Bros,
On
bro?
a
Yeah.
Bang Bros bus at that. And it's like, bro, I would
Ew.
never want my seed in nothing like that if I was in that
Who
ever in life.
and that's what I'm saying. Who's gonna actually gal that? Like, you know what I mean?
And
And
that's what I was saying to Shannon earlier because I said I was like porn star level is even if you ain't even making no money off of that, like you only fans bitches that be on there. Oops, I don't mean to say bitches, but I don't know their name. But it's like even the ones that be on there doing that, that's all a part of it. Like you can do what you want because yes, it is your body, but you got to understand that
yeah,
there are consequences that come with stuff like that. And there are men out here that are going to find that out and they're going to see it and
Yeah.
according to their morals and their on their moral compass and their standards, they're not gonna fall in line with that. And you can't get mad at nobody but yourself, except to find somebody that's gonna be a sucker. That's
That
I
it.
mean,
part.
I mean, I
That
mean,
part.
like I say, as far as me, uh, the body count. I mean, the body count counts to me because I don't really want to be messing with a girl that been fucking a lot of niggas. But I mean, in this day and time, y'all be wanting sex more than us sometimes. So I can understand it.
Yeah, babe,
And
I'm 38. Mine's up there. I'm
okay,
up there. I'm an
so
everyday type person,
so
sometimes
this
twice. So
that's what
yes.
that's what I'm saying. So that's a good thing. But it's not. But you're not out there. You're not out there pursuing it and fucking niggas
Mm-mm.
2 and 3
No.
times a day and different random niggas. So and then
Mm-mm.
I don't the way you talk. I don't have the image of you as you out there just sledding around, just freak.
No, no,
You know
no,
what I mean?
Shannon. No, no, no. Hold gonna let them know. She said, "No, baby, I
No,
stay home."
she's not that. No,
So,
she's not
so,
that.
I mean,
This
Nah.
man girl.
it's good to have. I mean, it's good to have sex. Everybody loves sex, but I'm just saying.
Oh,
Uh,
I do, but I also have, like you said, I have standards about myself, and it is
mm,
a certain relationship that I would like to have if I'm going to be out there like
okay,
that. But like I
do you-
said, I done been to college more than once, like
yeah. Okay, so
fifth, 5 times. So it's like I ain't.
in,
Mm-mm.
in your age right now, would you have a one night stand?
I've never had one.
Okay, okay, okay.
See, in my age, I
I've never
would.
had one,
In my
So
and
so
age,
it's
I would. I would
so
have one.
so right now, Shan, if you went out to you went out to the club and you got a little tipsy and you found a nigga that you wanted to go home with, you would go home with him.
Not from a club, because
Okay.
it's just something about a person in the club that's just weird to me. You know what I mean?
Mm,
Because I kind of already know what you want. But right now, like technically speaking, I'm in a relationship, right?
yeah.
So I'm not gonna be doing that.
technically speaking, you is.
But I know, technically speaking. But if I wasn't in a relationship, if I was a single woman and I
Ooh,
had a one night stand or whatever, it wouldn't bother me. Like it wouldn't be a big deal to me.
mm,
Because I don't need all that extra. You know what
yeah.
I'm
I
saying?
mean, I
oh,
mean, these days and time, because I mean, 10, 15 years ago, it was like bad things for women to be out there saying they was
Right.
single.
they
Like
were,
it
and
was
that's what I'm saying. Like
So
I'm
stigma
part of
now,
that
yeah,
era.
to
Like I'm
to
part of
be
that era to where it was
okay with
like you
having a
didn't
one
do
night
that.
stand.
It
yeah,
was girls that did it, and it was girls that didn't. And that, I mean, that's part of the era I was for. Yeah, 10,
I've
10, yeah,
always
10, 15. Yeah, that is
been
part of my. Oh, I feel old. Jesus.
right. I feel a little old too, but I've always been like a little free. I've always kind of called myself a hippie when it comes to
uh,
certain standpoints. Just been a little freeing. Especially in my 20s. So I've exhibited a lot. I've went through a lot. I've done a lot,
yeah,
but so you know, one night stands are not a big deal to me. When it becomes a big deal is when it's supposed to be a one night stand, and then they start liking your ass.
That is
yeah,
That's
why I
when
said
it's a
I've
big
never
deal.
had one because I've tried to have one and it never stays that
Like
way.
that's happened to me,
It's
and
like
that's
oh okay, and I'm just that friendly. It is just like I just am that welcoming and like how I speak. And so it's just like, oh well, I like talking to her, and then it's just like, oh, I'm trying to be your friend now. I thought I was just gonna be able to just do this shit, but no,
yeah.
I want. And I'm
right.
like, I
I don't
didn't.
like I tell them I don't mind being a throwaway. You can throw me away.
Okay.
I don't mind being a throwaway. Shit, fuck it.
Oh no, can I say
Sometimes,
this real quick? Timothy John said, but devil's advocate men and women got poor videos they made with they mate. That's non traditional porn. First of all, keep that to yourself. We're not talking about that. We're not gonna talk about that right now, okay?
So did
Because what
y'all
I did in
know?
my relationship should supposed to stay up in there. That should not count towards
Right.
none of this stuff.
So did y'all know that according to Google, because I had went on Google because I was wondering what do they think the number was for women and for men, right? Like what do they think their standard number was? They said for women it was between 4 and 8 was their body count. Do y'all believe that? Like does that sound
Like, wait,
realistic to
as
y'all?
what's I'm saying? Like, starting from what age, or is it overall? Like,
They,
in
they said overall between 4 and 8.
that might be true. As far as men, I don't think it's men. I don't think men body count. I think
no, the one that I read, the study, men, well, it's based upon the past 5 years. Their
yeah.
number is 7, and I said that makes sense because of how things have shifted between how women present themselves and how men present themselves. I was like, yeah, that's 7 because you got a lot of people that are not sealing the deal because they don't know how to talk to women anymore because of the rise of social media.
Mm,
Because, like you said, because of how old we are, you had to talk to people. I grew up with a house phone deal. Like you didn't talk to nobody until they got home. You didn't know
mm.
where they were before
Right.
that. And then you saw them at school and it wasn't you texting them all day. And so the interpersonal relationships that you were able to have, you don't get to have them anymore unless you want them. And
Women are
so now it's
women
like,
are
oh, it's a like,
women are so easy to talk to now. It's pathetic, and they give it up. They give
you
it.
think so? Cause
No,
Give it up.
no.
I'm
They
hearing
Okay,
give it
I'll
up
hear
so
me
fast.
out,
I
Cece.
am hearing the opposite,
They
Ron.
give it
No,
up
no,
Yeah,
so
no,
bro.
no,
fast.
no. These girls, these younger girls out here, they don't require much, Candy. They not like our
Is that
generation.
is that
I'm
why I'm
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 talking
having an
about the
issue?
yeah, I'm talking
Because
about
I'll
the
be
20
like,
somethings. These 20 somethings don't require nothing. They just need a 3.5 and something to eat.
Let's
oh,
go.
that's why my son. Listen, my son is 17, right? And that was the thing that he had said to me because I was just saying I was like because I tell him he's handsome all
What's
the
up,
time. Like I
Dante?
made sure I put him in there on that. And he was, and I was just like, I tried to like get to him because I like just playfully. I don't want to break my son's self-esteem at all. I love that he has it. And I was just like, you walking around here I'm like you ain't all of that. He was like, I'm 6'3". That's all I need. If I don't never grow one more inch, I'll be straight. And then I thought about it. I said, oh my God, that is what's going on right now.
but
And
then,
that's
Shan, it's not only the young people, women. A lot of these older women on this app, especially this app here, they are easy to get to.
which
These,
app?
You know what?
it's some
You know
thirsty
what?
women
You're
on
right,
this app.
713. With all
Thirsty
the
women on this app.
scandals that
Yeah.
go on in this group or
Yeah.
sector as we call
Yeah.
it.
Oh, okay. You know what? I'm gonna give y'all something because you know what? I had to think about something. I haven't been on one in a long time, but I usually go on these group trips that
Mm.
they have for black professionals that are my age and stuff like that. And I would go and I would see stuff and I'd just be like, what is going on with y'all? Like, and I mean, I get work is stressful. I get that we have a lot of pressure because we're parents and stuff like that. But y'all are letting loose big time, and it's like Candace, I'm like, no, baby, I'm approved. Sorry,
Now,
because
Candace, like this sector
no,
here is
it's out of there. It is out of there because
like it's a
I'm
group
literally
of
watching stuff.
people on YouTube that Texas 713 is talking about. Like they have sectors on YouTube, right?
Wait, are you talking about the little brown sugar weekend y'all had out there? Because I saw
No,
some
no, no,
stuff.
no. No,
No,
I'm,
no,
I'm
no,
talking
no,
about.
no, 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 no.
I'm
This
talking
is
about
Okay.
YouTube.
all.
I'm
This
talking
is
about
all
YouTube.
cyber.
Yeah. Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is all
Cyber.
cyber.
Oh,
Yeah. I'm
So
talking,
what?
with YouTube, especially with Black YouTube, I'm not gonna say all of YouTube.
Oh,
yeah.
With
Yeah.
Black YouTube, you
y'all
have
see how out of the loop
different
I am?
yeah, you have different sectors of content creators, different groups, if you will, of people. So you have, like, for example, you have a beef sector that all they do is beef with one another. You
hmm
have a sector where all they do is do gossip. You have a sector like that 713 was talking about where they call it the Mo 3 sector or the troll beef sector
hmm
where they just going in on each other. You got scandal after scandal. Like it's a lot.
It's a
Like I
Oh
lot.
my
have to like
God.
It's
fill
a lot.
you
Yeah,
in.
I'm like that's what I'm saying. Like I work, I raise a kid, I cook, and the part of YouTube that and Shannon know part of YouTube I be on, it is the horror stories, it is movie reviews, it is
Oh yeah.
nail
Oh yeah.
stuff.
Oh
Like
yeah.
you know
Oh
what
yeah.
I'm
Oh yeah.
saying?
If you come over to this side and Shan get you the people to watch, you gonna see reality show. This is better than
And
And
like
that's
you
VH1.
just and I be
said,
flipping
it's
like I
several
This is
don't
better than
relationships.
this is
you
It's
better
just know
several
how
than
to
VH1.
move.
This is better than VH1 shit.
Yeah, this is better than TV over here. Like if you allow yourself to get into it though,
Yeah.
it can be
Yeah.
stressful.
Oh yeah.
But if
Yeah.
you just sit back and just spectate, it's really entertaining. If you don't
Insane.
put your feelings into it, you don't get involved.
Oh yeah, no, I ain't gonna get involved, but I like watching little train wrecks here now and
Oh,
then.
Yeah,
oh yeah.
like
Yeah.
and you'll definitely see some train wrecks
It's
every
plenty.
I was like, yeah, I like train wrecks here
daily.
now and then. I was just like, no, she didn't say that.
Daily.
Ooh, fatality. Ooh,
But
damn.
Right.
I'm about to drop down. Shan, keep going live. You know, I support you. Big Texas things over here. You know how we do it. And
Thank you.
as far as the topic again, yes, men, especially me.
How old are you?
If you got a high body count, I'm not. I'll smash
Well,
you, but I ain't wifing you.
how old are you? How old are you?
I'm
Straight
a holler.
up.
How
All
old is
right,
he?
Texas
Say.
713. Thank you, boo.
I'm 35.
Okay, yeah. Okay, no, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. If it, no,
Yeah,
I get it. No, no,
it
no.
fits his
If it, yeah, if
personality.
it,
Oh yeah.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. I can tell. Just like, okay, yeah. If it,
I'm a toxic nigga, but you know I'm not. I
at
can't.
least you
I
honest.
got
At least you
hey, I
honest.
got feeling, but I got feelings too. So I got feelings too. I can't be find out my girl got smashed by Joe Smo and Blow and Allen. I can't
That.
handle that. I might break down a little bit, but I'm gonna holler at y'all. Y'all be safe.
Okay.
All right. Thank
All right, man. You
you.
take it easy and have a great night. Thank you for stopping by. Timothy said it's several relationships, hookups, and more that happens on here. Like you'd be surprised, Candy. Like
This
it's
is
crazy.
wild.
Silence
Cause
is
like I feel like
golden.
I'm like stepping into like a new like
Yeah,
genre and stuff like that. Cause I just be I mind my business. I'll be trying to be like what I'm saying. I like ooh what's going on out there.
right,
And like I have friends that I talk to or whatever. You know me. I just always be like I think I might want to date, and then I'm like I hope nobody's expecting me to like just go home with them like first night because they bought me dinner because I got my own dinner. Like it's one of those things.
right,
Cause I always get up and say right off bat. No, what? Thank you for the nice evening. I think I'm gonna go ahead and go. I don't think we're compatible. And then I'll look at it and I'm like, okay. And then I'll go and pay my portion and go ahead and leave. That way you can't sit up and say, oh, that bitch only wanted me for a free meal. You'll never be able to say that about me.
that part.
Never. You'll never be
So
able to say it. At the end of the day, sometimes I'll just go ahead and say, look, I went ahead and paid for it. If you want something else outside of that, that's on you. But, thank you for taking time out your schedule and, hey. But that's just me. That's where I'm
right,
at because, like we said, I'm from the old school era to where it's like I'm not gonna waste nobody's time because I don't want nobody wasting mine.
right. Like
And
I
the
feel
body
like
count thing, it's
personally,
just like I'm not gonna give up that. And I'm like I
right,
don't have
like
no real high
personally.
one. I've always been in relationships, so
Yeah, like I feel like questioning someone's body count can be like a little bit awkward and it can be kind of weird when you're trying to get to know somebody. You know what I'm saying?
I think the only time it's ever offensive to you if you think your number is too high for that person, that because you of how you've already viewed them.
Yeah, me personally, I think it's offensive in general because I don't know what you think is too high of a number. I don't
Well, that's what I
know.
said. That's what I'm saying. Like sometimes it's like, okay, what might be high to me might not be high to you. But if I feel like it's high to me, I'm gonna feel ashamed if you ask me that, and then I'm probably gonna lie about it. Not me. I'm not lying. But it's just like you. Then that's
Yeah,
when it becomes because that's what I'm saying. Then it becomes that you shouldn't ask at all because will you ever really get the real number?
yeah, I'm not gonna answer because I'm not gonna tell you because your feelings gonna be hurt every time. Your feelings are gonna be hurt. You're gonna be crushed. Like, let's not do that. We were
Stop
doing so
playing with
good.
me. You was
We
doing
were
so
getting along
well.
so great.
Stop
Don't
playing
do
with my
that.
top, baby.
Yeah, like don't do that. Cause your feelings are gonna get really hurt. Don't do
I could
that.
I could see that. It's like, you know what? I'm not gonna answer. And it's been cool. All
Because if
right.
that's gonna be the one thing that
That's gonna make or break
determines,
it.
yeah, if that's to make it or break it, baby, I'm gonna break it every time.
I'm gonna break it before you get to.
Every time. Every
Like I
time I'm
forgot.
gonna
Well,
break
she
it.
would tell me her body count. That bitch probably high. I really liked her. Oh well. And it probably would. And the thing about it is like it wasn't even high. It's just the fact that you asked me that disrespectfully instead of asking me, "Hey,
Like,
what does your STD test look like?
right,
What
I can see if you're
HIV stats
asking
look like?
me
What
if
does
I'm
that look
clean.
like?"
Right. You can ask me if I'm clean. We can go get tested. We can
That
do
is the difference. Yeah,
all
I
of
ain't
that.
offended by that. Anybody, hold
I'm
on.
not offended by that. But you want to
Anybody
know
get
that
offended by
number?
that?
You
Anybody
want
who
to,
get offended by that though? Anybody get
like,
offended by
you
when it's like you time to go get tested? Yeah, I'm like, no, red motherfucking flag.
see, that's what I'm talking about, silence. None of my business. Like I'll go get tested with you. I'll show you my papers and all that. But you really want to know that number? Do you really want to do that to yourself? Do you really want to do that to yourself? Because it's not gonna hurt
It's
me.
yeah.
It's gonna hurt
At
you.
our age, that 30 plus over here, it's not a big deal anymore
Right.
because
It's not gonna bother me because I lived
it's
it. I
like it's not even
experienced
that. As
it.
long as it ain't like for real, over here. It's not the number anymore. It's really about have you smashed somebody I know, like a homeboy of mine. Like that's
Right.
really
I
what it
feel
comes
like
down
as
to.
long as it's not a partner
A
that you
homeboy that's not
know
part of that I know, and you
and you're
clean.
being safe, you're being clean, you're being safe, it should not matter the
No,
actual number per se. Now there
cause
there is loopholes to it as we stated.
mm-hmm.
You can't, again, like there's loopholes. However, if you're being safe and if it's not a homeboy or a family member, it shouldn't be a problem. I had to put the family member in there because this day and age, you just don't know. Honey. Yeah.
Okay, cause look, what if you didn't know that they was family
Right. You didn't know
members.
they was cousins. You know what I'm
I
saying?
didn't know.
These fucking
Not
cousins and
me
had no
personally.
idea.
I wasn't one of them, but a guy that I dealt with didn't know me and a girl were cousins, and so that created a little bit of a rift that she's still mad about to this day. But because I'm
I
like,
remember
girl,
back in high school, I was fucking a guy. I don't even know if I should say who it is. I might have to tell you who it
you no, you should
is.
have. You should keep that.
But
Mhm.
I was fucking a guy and his cousin ended up liking me. Like I never did anything with the cousin, but I didn't know they was cousins. Until one day they came to the Boys and Girls Club together, and I was like, "Wait a minute! Like y'all know each other? Like,
Hold on. It's
y'all,
always the wait.
what?
Y'all
Y'all
know each other.
cool? Whatever?
Y'all cool with
Like,
each
what's
other.
going on?" He was like, "No, we cousins. This is my first cousin." I was like, "Oh no!"
Oh, wait, first cousin?
Yeah, first cousin. Like I couldn't talk
Girl,
to him
baby,
no
first
more.
and second, you got to give that one up.
I had to
Sorry.
give it up.
Yeah, you gotta get that one up. First
I
and
had to let
second.
it go.
Distant is one thing, but first and second, you gotta get them up. But
No,
that's why I
first
always say
cousin.
I was like, baby, I'm gonna hold through conversation,
They
not
mamas
penetration.
was
Like you can say
sisters.
whatever you want to, like, oh, she's talking to me, she has said all this stuff. But did I do anything? No.
You know what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
ladies, I'm here to tell you if a man is like straight judging you based on the number, not if you're clean, not what you're doing right now at this moment, most likely, and this is just my opinion, I feel like that's just insecurities. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry, tell us about over 50 first cousins. I know.
No, Timothy, I got more than 51st cousins. Okay?
So he said over 51st. Oh, my back
Like,
there. Oh, I'm a no.
no, for real. I got a lot of first cousins
I
too.
never
And
did no
and
cousins.
you
I
know, I
never
come
had
from a
that.
small town, so it's like you
Mm.
gotta know these things. You know what I'm saying? You
Oh,
gotta ask
also,
questions.
I look. I don't believe in the double standard. I'm just gonna let you know right now because if I feel like you was old slut bucket back in the day, you would do right here. Guess what? You won't get me. You won't talk to me. You know what I'm saying? Now, if I find out after, that's different. But beforehand, if I know, I'll play with you all day till you get tired. That's it. But I'm not going no further than that. Mm-mm.
Right. Like I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
just how y'all might downgrade somebody who's out here all that. I don't want nobody that's out there all like that either. That you know what that was saying because I don't want to be embarrassed at my wedding either. That one of your homegirls that you said is your homegirl, you know, you used to bang her back out of college and stuff like that. Y'all just cool enough, so you invite this hoe to my wedding and stuff like that. And she get to talk about how she reminiscing on stuff. Like I don't want to deal with no stuff like that.
right. And I agree with that. I just also feel
But I ain't
like
gonna ask. But if it come out,
right, if it come out, it come out.
it
That's
come out,
one
it come out.
thing.
But I'm not gonna ask.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like, I just feel like, we got to start with this outdated debate that's going on that women have to be virgin like, you know what I'm saying, until they're married. You know what I'm
Y'all be
saying? Because,
wanting pure ass bitches that know how to do stuff. How you gonna know how to do something if you never did anything? That's like the
right,
oxymoron to me. Like I want to make her ain't never really been touched, but she better know how to fuck this. She better know how to ride it. Like, but she ain't been
right.
touched, bro. That's what
Hey,
you
Miss
gonna have to teach
Scorpio
her to
Life.
do.
Like, which one do you want? Do you want her to have a low body count, or do you want her to have the
Oh
experience
shit.
that you need
Uh-oh.
her to have? You can't have both.
You
In order
can't.
for her to have the skills that you want her to have, you want her to spin on it, you want her to throw it back like four
Uh-oh.
flats, you want her to turn it to
Oh
flip, bust
shit.
it into split, you want her to bust it open and bring it back, you want her to do all these things. How
Oh
do you
baby, you
think
talking
she knows how to do those
acrobatics.
things?
Acrobat.
How do you think she
How you
learned
want to
how
be
to
an
do those
acrobat?
things?
And she ain't never really been to the circus. Huh? She ain't been to circus training. How you want her to be an acrobat and she ain't never really been to the circus? And been an act and went to circus training. How you want that? Huh?
Exactly. Like you gotta know that when you encounter a woman and she got all these tricks up her
Mm.
sleeve and she's doing all this badass shit, she learned it from other encounters. Like she didn't just think this shit through and that's what it is. When it comes to sex and women, for us it's about comfortability. It's about
Hmm.
security.
It's
It's
like
it's
how what are
it's
you willing to
about
let me learn? Like what are you willing to teach me
yeah, it's
as
about
as
the
well? Because that's
passion
always
of
been
it
mine.
all. You
It's
know,
like
we
a
don't
lot of
want
stuff
no
I know.
dry shit. Like,
Somebody was like, "Hey, I want you to do it like this." Cool. I'm gonna take this with me though if we don't work out. Just so you know,
exactly.
I'm gonna take it.
Exactly.
I'm gonna take it with me. Oh shoot, my
That
headphones gonna
part.
die.
You know,
One of
at
them
the
did
end of
die.
the day, you know, we live in a male driven society that degrades us from, you know, being sexually liberated as women, you know, and I'm here to promote self love and share some unwarranted, but I feel like it's needed advice. You know what I'm
It
saying? Because
is.
I feel like I'm not trying to, you know, advocate, you know, women to be whore-ish, but I am advocating for women to be a little more liberated.
Yeah, but I also advocate for you to also make like think clearly when you do make those type of decisions because I want to bring back shaming. It's enough of y'all, a lot of y'all that need to be shamed about some of this stuff because it's like that's not what that movement was supposed to be about. You ain't
True,
supposed to
true.
really just be out here just doing it just and you feel like you got that as oh my
Hey,
headphones out.
uh-oh. Hey, Miss
That
Parker,
you
Miss
got it as you
Parker.
got it as a side thing. No, be smart about your decision. You could be very much secure in your sexuality. It honestly sometimes the way that you present yourself and where you walk, you ain't even got to say nothing, and people can read that from you. To me, that's true
Well,
sexual
you know,
liberation. That is true sexual. You know what I'm saying? Identity, because you know yourself, you know how to carry yourself. Like it just emits. You know what I'm
well, you
saying
know,
from you.
not to toot the horn or whatever, but you know that's water signs, right? Water signs exude sexuality. We exude mystery. We exude, you know, like I wonder what she got going on. You know what
That's
I'm
some
saying? Like,
Scorpio people, and they're the mysterious ones out that whole thing. That's
yeah,
me.
a
Me being a
Scorpio.
Cancer, I just you know what I'm saying. It's always like, oh, you like a librarian. Oh, you look just so timid. Oh, you just look so soft. And like, it's like, of course, Mother
Mhm.
Zodiac, but Mother gonna teach you something as well.
Exactly, exactly. That's a water sign for you, you know, and to elaborate when it comes to cancers, you know, y'all cancers are, you know, y'all mysterious in a sense. Like you said, y'all mysterious in that sense of
We like to keep our stuff at home. Like
right, y'all come
we want
across
it, like
as,
whatever we
you
want to do,
know,
like we gonna keep it there. And look, don't be right here telling people what I do to you. Don't be right here telling people what we got
exact
going on right here. I want to stay up in here. And I got surprise
exactly.
for you another day. It's never the same thing twice.
Exactly, exactly. So I'm gonna play another song to just kind of break the ice, will smooth everything over. Hey, Hustle Kelly Boo Boo, hope all is well. And then we're gonna go into the advice I feel like that we should do as women and we should understand as women when it comes to sexuality and our body count. So short
Oh, I thought I already
song,
said it. Am I gonna repeat it? Because I was just like,
right? Okay.
I think if I say I would just be reiterating a point at this stage because it really is about don't do it just because you feel like you can and because you could say it in the realm of sexual liberation. Don't do that to yourself because emotional connections are a real thing.
Well,
Your
yeah,
emotional
before I play the
partnerships are going
song,
to get
yeah,
affected because of stuff like that.
there's sexual liberation, right? And then there's just sexual irresponsibility. You know what I'm saying? There is a fine line between that. Like what we're not saying is just go out there and just, you know, bust it open and to
No,
anybody
please
and
don't. Please
everybody.
don't do that. Please, please,
You know,
please don't do
however,
that.
if you decide that you want to date a little bit and you want to, you know, kind of test the waters here and there, that's okay.
Don't sleep with every nigga that you just happen to like, though.
That's don't do that.
Please don't. Just because you like or you think he might like you a little bit, don't do that one.
Like fill them out first. You know what I'm saying? Like I know we're talking about body count, you
hmm
know,
But
but at
that's
the
how you
same
keep it low.
time,
But I mean, you don't want nobody to ask you, but at the same time, that's how you keep it at bay. Like, don't just let somebody tell you that baby, that go all the way to self esteem and what your parents instilled in you. That's a whole nother conversation. But it's like, yeah,
right?
don't let just
Like
somebody tell you because you pretty that, oh, that's what you supposed to do. No, baby, that's not
I
what that
feel like
means.
a
Don't
lot
do
of
that.
us women, what we'll do to try to keep our body count intact, we'll go back to what's familiar. we'll go back to our exes and all these toxic people that we've dealt with, when it's not about that. That's not how you keep your body count down. For me, I feel like you can deal with who you want to deal with. It's just not having sex with everybody you decide to deal with. That's
You
how
could
you
say
keep.
no sometimes. You
It's
also can
okay to say
understand
no.
that maybe that your attraction that you have to that person is probably not supposed to be sexual. Maybe the person that you had that attraction to is meant to do something for you or to pour into you in some kind of way. But you'll never know, because the first thing you're trying to do is hop up on it. Or the first time you're
Right.
trying to let them do is hop up in you.
Right. I was
People don't mess
always
up that way.
told.
Now look, no, like for me, no, I do got so an old faithful list. And these people I'm talking about 10 plus years that this is something we just have to really look at. Hey, that is how I did this. I'm gonna say I will deal with that up until I decide that I'm not gonna deal with it no more. Cause hey, they still, as long as they single, I would say now if they in relationships, no, I'm not doing that. But it's people that I've already vetted. These are people that I've already have established relationships with, friendships with. These are people that I've already know a lot of aspects of my life and I know theirs. And it's just like, look, I just need to let something off because the toys ain't working.
Right. Right.
That's
Like,
different because
and
it's
we're
not adding to
human.
it. This
You
is
know what
something
I'm
I'm
saying?
familiar with,
So
but this also ain't no threat to if I ever do get into a relationship. And I ain't never been scared to say nothing like that. Like, oh, we just like, I mean, I got a guy that I'm like cool with, and that's what we, you know what I'm saying? We can have going on, but if I ever don't want to, it never affects my friendship with them. It's not a big deal because they understand that part of it. But I think that's just something that I've been able to cultivate because of who I am and because of how I've always like how I've established, you know what I'm saying, certain friendships with certain people that I've been able to feel out and see what it is and know who they are. I don't say it too much. I wonder who's gonna see this.
right.
They'll be like, oh, so that's what you got. That don't mean that you shouldn't date me, but just understand that before you got here. Now, does that mean that I'm not, that I have been touched a lot? No, it don't. Honestly, half the time, I don't even say nothing to them. I just have these conversations. And sometimes when I might think I want to, I rub one out. And I'm like, you know what? The feeling is gone. That's all I need to do. I'm good. And then go right about my business. That happens a lot. But that's something I'm able to do because I don't want to be just out here just because I could be out here. You know, I don't have to be out here.
Exactly.
No, that I got this. So this grade A, but if I can just be out here just giving it away. I'm trying to, like, I got rid of 2 stalkers already. I ain't trying to deal with that shit no more, man.
Right. That part. So at this moment in time, we're gonna just kind of decompress for a little bit. We're gonna play a song, kind of just kind of unwind, and then we'll give the little advice that we have, and we'll go from there. All right.
I
So
actually
Talking about Lincoln. And it's Shan in this hoe. Started at the bottom with the roaches in the rack. Now it's bottle at the bottle, ain't no groceries in my sack. Straight gorilla. Talking about Lincoln. Yeah. Yeah. Said I really been hustling all of my life. Say I really been hustling all of my life. Say I really been hustling out here getting money, came from nothing. Cause I really been hustling all of my life. Say I really been, yeah, I really been hustling, grinding. I understood the assignment. I was committed, had to go get it like it came up missing and no one could find it. Mama disabled, no food on the table. The rent off is tripping, I'm robbing my neighbors. I used to rock a low fade with the taper till I got jammed for pulling the cable. My nigga shady, let me run the cable from his hands to mine. I owe you a favor. Never forget where I'm from, that's why I stay humble, cause a lot of my people ain't able. Yeah, I'm straight out the slum. No deep baby, hold that where I'm from. And he got a 30, I'm pull up with drums. I'm from the far, bitch, we do this for fun. Don't be alone.
All right, and we back. Again, thank you guys for tuning in to I So Boom the podcast. I am Shan 214, and over here I have Candy. And I just feel like I'm just gonna kind of say my little spiel on how I feel when it comes to the body count. Um, thing one is basically our partners are private. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
you should never have to disclose your number if you don't want to. Like you shouldn't have to throw it around like it's a grocery list. You shouldn't have to throw it around like, you know what I'm saying, it's just something to talk about. Because at the end of the day, I would like to think that a lot of the people that you have laid down with, they don't want their business out there. So you know, it's private. Just I don't think it's nobody's business. I feel like if anything, you should know if your status, you know what I'm saying, your health status,
Hmm.
and you should know as far as what you're trying to do as far as in that relationship. Like, are you just trying to mess around, or are you trying to do something a little more committed? I think those are the things you should be focusing on, not what they have going on in the past.
Yeah, those things you
Personally.
should be asking. And then my thing is, if someone does ask you, you have the choice to answer or not. And if you choose to answer it and the response is not what you want to sit with and it's something that they don't want to accept it, then understand that that is their choice to not do it and then go about your business. But if you don't want to answer it and then they don't accept that either, go about your business because that is their choice. A lot of times people be trying to make somebody be okay with certain stuff, and it's like, if that's what they said, leave it at that.
Right.
I mean, you know what
Right.
I'm saying? Because if that's their, because people have their list of non-negotiables, if that's their non-negotiable, who are you to try to change that? That just means that that person ain't for you, you ain't for them, you both of y'all got somebody else that y'all can go get. And I feel like a lot of stuff could be solved if you, if that is something that matters to you and the answer you get ain't the one you want, that don't mean continue on, or because it's like, oh well, no, because it's gonna keep bothering you because you asked it for a reason.
Right.
Yeah, ask
And
it for a
and you're
reason.
asking for, and I feel
Yeah,
like you're
asking
asking
for a
for a
reason.
reason of insecurity. You're asking for a reason of a form of jealousy in a sense.
Oh
Because
yeah, because dudes don't even like the fact that you even had one person before them, so it's like,
right, because ultimately I feel like, again, if it's not somebody that you know, it's not a family member, it shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter because that's in the past. As long as they're not still dealing with those people, it shouldn't really matter, you know, what you did in the past. Number two, I feel like the number of sexual partners you have does not define your self worth. And it should not be based on how many people you had sex with or each encounter, because each encounter is different emotionally, physically,
hmm,
mentally, and it doesn't set the precedent of how you should, view yourself.
I think after a certain number, it does matter now, because like I said, the emotional connection that you might have and the person that you might have, like we said, was like, okay, people who might be into porn and stuff like that, or making a whole bunch of them and acting as if they do that and they're not getting paid for it. That's one thing. But yes,
Right.
you're like, those are the exceptions, you know what I'm saying, to that. But in general, correct.
Right. Like there is a fine line. Like don't get it wrong. That doesn't mean you just go out here and just have a freaking free for all and just, do whatever, win whatever, because you still have to, have a certain moral compass. You still have to set standards for
You
your
have to
own,
have that about yourself.
yourself, for your body, for your self worth, and all that. So you still have to have some type of love for
And
yourself.
if you did used to be like that and you changed your life, then yeah, don't let nobody make you feel bad for the decisions that you used to
Exactly.
make. Now
Hmm.
that's another thing. Yeah, don't let nobody make you feel bad about decisions that you used to make, and that's not where you at no more. And don't let nobody punish you for stuff that you don't overcame. Just don't.
Yeah,
And if that's what they're
exactly.
trying to do, yeah, then you don't want to be around that. You don't want to deal with that. You shouldn't want to. You don't be trying to convince
Right.
them. Let them like, hey, look, let them have that mindset they got. You don't want them anyway.
That. Exactly. Exactly. Number three, people who judge your body count, like I've been saying, I've been kind of throwing this in there. But people that judge your body count, I'm not talking about the people that ask. I'm not talking about the people that judge you for your number. I feel like a lot of them are, just judgmental. They're a little insecure. They're a little jealous. It just depends. Now,
I think in some instances, yeah, because if you carry yourself a certain way to where, like I said, if that's how you are, and you not no more, and you present yourself a certain way, it is kind of like how some people would be like, how dare you still be able to walk around like that, because they know that they couldn't do it because within themselves.
mhm,
I wish I could do something like that because that's what's going on with me, but I ain't gonna tell nobody because I'm ashamed. It's like, oh, how dare you accept that? And it's like, yeah, acceptance is part of the healing process. It's like, I know I'm walking around here because that does have something to do with it. And it's just like, oh, you're walking around here. Oh, I know you such. And it's like, okay, how long ago was? Do you know me now?
right, exactly. Us as people, especially women, because I can only speak about a woman,
Right.
because
I can't speak about
obviously
niggas. I can't just give
I'm
it
a
a man.
woman. But, we evolve every day. We grow every day. So who we were yesterday is not the same person. Who we decide to be, it should be more of a reflection of that versus who we was in the past. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? So,
You should have evolved. You should have grown.
yeah, you should have grown, and us as young women, we get to a certain point in our lives, we get to a certain age where it's like a lot of the stuff that we do doesn't make sense anymore. You know what I'm saying? So we tend to calm down a little bit. We tend to sit down a bit and really think about us as individuals, and want to display more love for ourselves and more consideration for ourselves as well as our bodies and our minds. You know what I'm saying? But shame has no room when it comes to sexual conversations. Like, if you're being safe, there's no reason to be ashamed of what you've done. I feel like if you are ashamed of your body count, then you probably shouldn't have that body count. That probably meant you shouldn't have. It's some stuff that you shouldn't have. You shouldn't have encountered. You did some stuff you shouldn't have been doing. You know what I'm saying? So, um, I just feel like, honestly, there's really no right or wrong answer. It's just all about perception.
Yep, it's based upon whoever you're about to deal with, whoever you are dealing with, and if the question arises, how are you going to handle it, and how they're going to handle it, and then it goes by however each one of you wants to approach it at that point. What is your decision after? But for me, it's not a big deal. I don't want nobody to deal with my homegirl before. I've never do it unless we were saying that how buddy Texas buddy was saying he was like I hit but that's all it'll be. I don't want nothing past that because now we know that you our community thing going on,
Right,
and
right,
then
right,
that becomes that's it. And some dudes like to be referred to is that they think they win with stuff like that when it really be like, girl, look, she told me she passed you to me, bro. It's not even like that. You ain't have to do nothing. We already knew.
right.
We already
Right,
know. We already discussed this ahead of time. You didn't do anything. We just let you think we already discussed this.
right. So, in closing, like, to close this out, do you feel like, people with a higher body count, do they tend to be more promiscuous or more likely to be cheaters?
Cheaters, yes. More promiscuous, no, because there is somebody who is tired of their shit, and then if they are bad, it'll come out in the wash. I would say. I will say that if that's what they're accustomed to, especially if they're ones that was like doing a certain number a week, sit down with somebody and think that that shit's supposed to change overnight, it never does. They'll still try to keep up with that same quota. Also, they've never really let go of the people that they used to have on a regular. It all goes by how much do they think of you, and
Mhm.
how does that relationship matter to them. Now, if it don't really matter and they know that you're gonna be like easy about it, or they feel like they can hide it, then it becomes, yeah, I got a high body count. I got all these, you know what I'm saying? I got these women on me. I would say, if they're good. Now, if
Mhm.
they ain't that good, no, that ain't nothing you ever got to worry about. But if they are, and they got a number, best believe, unless they went and cut out people, baby, you got something to worry about as far as cheating. But I don't think that they, yeah, I think the cheating aspect is the major thing over them just being overly promiscuous. Some people have they set roster and call it they might add one every now and then or whatever, but a lot of them do. They might, somebody might act up this day and it's like, okay, let me go ahead and rotate her out for a good while. I can let her back in a couple months from now. Or, somebody might have got a boyfriend. It changes. I have a brother. My brother be telling me stuff. I don't be wanting to know this stuff. My homeboys tell me too. I don't be wanting to know it, but when I be knowing how the whole carousel thing work, I just be like, I don't want to date nobody. You niggas is terrible.
To that. And with that being said, I'm just glad that I have not been single for as long as I haven't been single. Like, because I feel like if I was to ever become single,
Baby, it is hard out here.
yeah, I don't want it.
As the kind of person that I know you are, it's gonna be hard for you.
Yeah, I don't want it.
It's gonna be hard. It will be hard. If you was one of no holds bar, like I don't care, I'm just trying to give me somebody. I would say that too. There's been time, oh, she can't get a man. No, no, no. All of us can get a man. We know a man that we can get. So they present themselves at every point of aspect of our life, every decade. Sometimes two of them will. We can get a man. It's if we can get a good one. If it's we get a compatible one is the issue. It's not that we can't get one. It is that do we get one that we want? And baby, it's hard getting one that you want out here.
Exactly. So I'm
Or if
good.
you do, they don't live where you live at.
See, yeah, I got time. I do not have
Yeah. So
time.
baby, yes. Hold on. I'm about to say you can't leave my dog no way. So shut up.
I know he ain't going nowhere, and I ain't
He
going
ain't. You
nowhere.
ain't neither. You ain't
That's
either.
my babe. He ain't going
Exactly.
nowhere. He ain't
I
going
love
nowhere.
y'all.
Well, I thank you so much for being my
This was
co-host.
cool. I love this.
I think this was fun. We should definitely do it again. To anybody that might be still in the chat, this is my co-host. She, just will be in and out for a little while, but sooner than later, she will
Very
be
much
a
so.
permanent co-host on I Ain't So Boom the podcast. But I'm gonna go ahead and drop you down. I'm gonna call you once I get off of here. I'm gonna get off of here
Okay.
in a minute. I'm gonna go ahead and close out. But thank you so much. I appreciate you. Mwah, I love you.
Love you more. I gotta go do my nails
Bye.
tomorrow, babe.
All right. So again, thank you so much for coming into I Sub on the podcast. If you would like to support, the Cash App is here on the ticker. If you have any music, if you're a local artist and you would like to get your music played, please send it to the email below. If you have anything that you want to talk about, anything that you need advice from me and my co-host anonymously, please feel free to hit it at the email below. And remember, I love everybody that loves me. And also remember, in order to heal, you must already be broken. And what don't break you would definitely make you. Peace. Love y'all. Bye.